Okay, so we're going to try something I saw a video for. Apparently this was taught in home ec classes back in the 50s and 60s and 70s. I'm kind of curious to try it. It's called a Paul Bunyan burger. So we got a pound of ground beef. We're supposed to get lean, but they didn't have any. So I got 85-15 as lean as I could find. I think it'll still be okay. So you got your ground beef, Lipton onion soup mix, and it's supposed to be a French loaf bread. I had a half of a French loaf left and I had a half of a Italian left, so I'm going to use both. Of course, this is the everything loaf, so I don't know if that's going to be better or not. And you're supposed to use wax paper or parchment paper, and I don't have any, so hopefully foil doesn't affect the results. So you're supposed to add 1/3 cup water to your beef, but because this is going to be fattier, I'm just going to add about a tablespoon there. And we're going to add in our Lipton onion soup mix that I can't tear, so scissors. Look, that's the real deal old school government cheese right there in the non-biodegradable styrofoam container. Man, that's going to be good. I haven't had government cheese since I was a kid. Alright, Lipton onion soup mix in. Now, the video I saw, when they tried it, they said, next time I'm adding 2 of those, I guess adding Lipton onion soup mix to your burger is good. My wife said there used to be a saying that it turned hamburgers into steak burgers or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure she's probably putting in something, but I didn't realize it. So we're just going to mix that in together real good. Make sure it's all blended throughout the meat. Okay, so while the video was off, I did add the second packet. It just looked like it needed a little more to me. Alright, so I've already got our bread cut, so you're gonna open your bread, and you're just gonna take this hamburger mixture and spread it out across the bread on all of the pieces. It's kind of cold, so I find it a little easier to kind of almost pat it to work with it for this. And you kind of want it to go like edge to edge across the bread. That's the way they did it. I want to replicate what they did because it looked so delicious. Now I kind of see the trick to it. But anyway, yeah, just keep covering bread. Be back when we're done. Okay, so that's ultimately it for this part. Now you put it in an oven at 350 for 20 to 30 minutes until desired doneness. I'll tell you right now, I do not mind eating a medium hamburger or a medium rare. But my wife's she's not gonna stand for that. So we're gonna split it right in the middle. We're gonna set our timer for 25 minutes. Then you're gonna get everything else prepped. We're gonna use our Chef Howard's Cuisine cutting board. Let's get us a knife. And we're just gonna slice up some tomato. I don't know. They said thin, but I do like tomatoes, so I'm gonna go in between what I would call thick and thin. think I'm gonna go with 2. We can always add more, cut more if we need to. Want to. Now, the way you top it is supposedly important too. There's always an order of operations to things. And sometimes it's very important when you're cooking even something simple. Alright, so our Paul Bunyan burger, which kind of makes me think of a meatloaf burger, is in the oven. Our tomato is sliced and waiting for 25 minutes. So is our government cheese. See you when it's all ready. Okay, the oven timer just went off. We're going to pull this out. Look at there. Looks pretty good, to be honest. It does kind of look like little baked meatloaf sandwiches to me. All right, now we're going to put some tomato on.
Let's take a quick 30-second rest. Then we'll get back at it.
Let's say about these. Just cause. And then cheese. So you just top it with tomato and cheese.
Here we go. Let's knock out these iso squats.
Oh, hey, shy tomato there.
We got 30 seconds to rest. Then we'll come back to iso squats.
Just a little shy on some cheese. And it's probably important to make this covered, so we can do just a little thin strip there. Alright, now you put it back in the oven and broil it until the cheese is melted. So we got it in the oven with the broiler on. And I turn my oven light on so I can watch it, because you can burn it quick with that broiler. Alright, that's done. We're going to go get them and set them out. Cheese melted and kind of wrapped up over the tomatoes. Then take one of each here. And then you just kind of slice it up, which I'm going to do kind of like in between the tomatoes. I think it'll be a good place. Cut them up. Definitely hot. The bread is really, really crunchy. Hot. Can you see that? Look at that. I guess should have got a regular knife. I'm not sure, but anyway. There we go. Woo. Very hot. There they are. It's got to cool down a little bit before I can put it in my mouth. So, see you in a minute. All right, it's cooled off a little bit anyway. I'm gonna try to go in again. The texture of the meat is not like a Crystal burger or a White Castle. That is actually not bad. Probably better on bread that's not the everything bread. I kind of like it. This would be great if we were having a bunch of people over, or all our kids or something. That'd be pretty cool. Not bad, glad I tried it. All Bunyon burgers.